Jim with Freedom Diggers Metal Detecting back again, and I have something very special sitting here. This is the machine that I was talking about that I have mentioned a couple times. This is a factory test unit MX7 metal detector from White's Electronics, which, as everybody knows, went out of business in 2020. Ended up in the hands of Garrett, and Garrett didn't really do much with the technology that was left on the table. Some of that technology, I think, is in this metal detector right here. Now, let me tell you a little bit about this machine. As you can see, it is marked Mule number 8, and it even has it on here, Mule 8 to 20 March 18. So, 20 March 18, the MX7 was already released, but the Goldmaster 24K, which is based on this particular case and chassis, was not out yet. So I ended up acquiring this machine from former White's Test Field Team member DJ Yost, and he wanted to see it go to someone that really loves White's machines and would use it. Well, that's me, because I got quite the stable here. I got my Goldmaster GT, which was my very first machine, and it ended up donating the battery pack to this MX7 Mule. This thing, I think, has so many hours on it that stuff was wearing out. But yeah, and I got my MX Sport, which I love, and my wife has a pink MX7. So let's get back to the start of the show. So I did experiment around a little bit and see what was in this machine. Sorry about that. Not really experienced with holding one of these camera stands, but I want to bring you in here and get you a close look. All right, no more shaking. So turn this on right off the bat, it sounds different than a typical MX7. A little bit higher pitched. Otherwise, yeah, I'd say it's about the same. But that's about where the similarities end. Let me bring you in a little bit closer. There, that's better. All right, so options-wise, this thing has some different stuff in it. And through research, I did end up finding out that some of the stuff that are in the options on this machine are in the Goldmaster 24K, but there's one that is not. And DJ told me that another one of the people on the field team, a development guy, Tom Boykin, was really excited about one of the features in this machine, and I have a feeling it's this one that's a mystery to me. But let's get you back in here. So options-wise, it's got threshold like any other, right? All right. It's got volume like any other, right? Discrimination. All right. This is the oddball, AN disc. I don't know what this is. I have no idea what it is. It has a off and on ability. I don't know what it does. I'm going to have to play with this and figure it out. But going on down the line, it's got the same number of tone options as an MX7. Goes from 2 to 4 to 8 to 20. That's normal. Reject volume is the same as an MX7, which is basically a non-waterproof MX Sport. Audio modulation, same. VCO, that's the same. That's normal. Iron grunt, same. Self-adjusting threshold, the same. Salt track. I think this has a few more frequency choices in it. I'm not going to bore you with running through all of them, but it goes further into the negative frequency choices than a typical MX7 or MX Sport does. Okay. Of course, the backlight, recovery speed. Recovery speed is something that was not available on an MX7. You were stuck with the fairly slow recovery speed. This recovery speed does go way up, goes all the way to 10. So that's going to be fun to play with. That was really one of my only complaints with my MX Sport was the slow recovery speed. And here you go. XGB on. You have on or off with this. This is something that does show up in the Goldmaster 24K. This is a ground balancing feature. And it's kind of like a more accurate ground balance from what I understand. I'm still finding out more about that. But on the Goldmaster, you can quickly press the pinpoint button and you can instantly update your ground balance. No bobbing of the coil, none of that. Just instantly press the pinpoint button and boom, you've reset your ground balance. I'll find out in the field if that's the case with this, but that's a cool feature. And I think that's about it. Yep. That's it for the features that I've found in it in the programs. The programs are the same as an ordinary MX7. It's got relic, prospecting, coin and jewelry, beach, high trash, and I think that's about it. I've never really played with the programs on these. Honestly, I always pretty much stayed in coin and jewelry on both my MX7 and my MX Sport. That's pretty much the gist of this, just kind of scratching the surface. I'm going to test it. I'm going to put the lower rod coil on, which I do have. I just left them off for this video to make it easier. But I'm gonna do some air tests to see how it reacts to different targets. And once our ground thaws out, right now it's like 10 degrees out, I'm gonna do some actual field tests with it and kind of get a feel for what this is capable of. I'm really hoping to have a conversation with Tom Boykin. If anybody knows him, wants to let him know that I ended up with mule number 8, I'd really love to talk to him about, the nuts and bolts, what went into this particular machine. And, other than that, I'm looking forward to getting out with this thing. I'm not really big on making videos of me out digging holes. Pretty much every other channel does that. But I do want to show, what's in this for the people that are interested. And, of course, I'm going to make other content. But if anybody has any questions or, wants to see me try something with this machine, drop a comment and let me know. And I'll be glad to run this through any kind of hoop that you might want me to see if it'll successfully jump through or, find out how it reacts to different things. So that's going to wrap it up for this one with the much awaited test mule MX7. And I hope everybody out there is getting a chance to get out and dig if the weather permits. And if you're still in the waiting mode, check out some of the other videos I got and maybe pick up a couple of tips to help you out when the weather does get better. We'll see you next time on Freedom Diggers Metal Detecting. Keep it dig free or die.